Fellas, let me tell you something. When you disappear for 30 days, you unlock a truth about women most men will never understand. See, presence is easy. Being available, that's expected. But when you vanish, when you remove yourself, when you give her space to feel your absence, that's when the real game begins. At first, she won't think much of it. Oh, he's just busy. A few days pass, and she's still in control. But then something shifts. She starts checking her phone, wondering, doubting. And here's the secret most men never grasp. Your absence does more work than your presence ever could. Stick around, because by the end of this speech, you'll understand exactly how she changes when you disappear, what she secretly feels but will never admit, and why some men come back stronger while others fade into oblivion. The first few days, she's unbothered. She tells herself, you're just busy. Maybe you lost interest. No big deal. She's still in control, right? She posts on social media, stays distracted, and acts like she doesn't care. But let the days roll on and cracks start forming. Now she's looking at her phone differently. She expected a text, a call, something, but there's silence. She starts asking herself questions. Did I say something wrong? Is he seeing someone else? Why isn't he chasing me like the rest? That's when you start to win. By the second or third week, the same woman who seemed so sure of herself now feels uncertainty creeping in. And women hate uncertainty. The moment she realizes she doesn't have control over your attention, something dangerous happens. She starts thinking about you a lot. That's when she starts replaying your last conversation. She starts reminiscing about the moments you shared. Her mind does something fascinating. It erases the bad and amplifies the good. Phase 4. The emotional trigger now. You've gone from just another guy to a mystery, a puzzle she suddenly needs to solve. She starts testing the waters, liking your old posts, sending a casual, hey stranger text, or asking about you through mutual friends. She needs validation, but you're not giving it. Now, she's the one chasing. Here's what most men don't realize. Scarcity increases value. The longer you stay away, the more valuable you become in her mind, because in her world, most men are predictable. They text, they call, they beg. But you disappeared. And that means one of two things. You're too busy improving yourself. You're entertaining someone else. Either way, you just became the prize. Now, here's the most important part. How you come back. You don't return with a desperate message. You don't flood her phone with texts. You let her feel your absence until she comes to you. And when she does, you act like you've been living your best life. No explanations, no apologies, just confidence. Because the truth is, the way she reacts to your absence will tell you everything you need to know about her. Was she genuinely interested? Or was she just keeping you as an option? So remember this, the man who is always there is taken for granted. The man who disappears is chased. Your absence is a test. It reveals who truly values you and who is just playing games. So fellas, if you ever want to know where you stand with a woman, don't argue, don't plead, just disappear and watch how she changes. Absence is a force most men underestimate. It's easy to believe that attraction is built through constant presence, frequent texts, and consistent validation. But the real truth, your absence often speaks louder than your presence ever could. When you disappear for 30 days, you set something in motion that changes the way a woman sees you, whether she realizes it immediately or not. At first, she may not even notice. The world is full of distractions. She's busy with her routine, her social media, her work, her friends. She assumes you'll reach out eventually, just like every other guy does. Women are used to attention. They expect consistency. But here's where the shift happens. When the silence lasts longer than she expected, suddenly a thought crosses her mind. Wait, why hasn't he reached out? It's subtle at first, barely noticeable, but it plants a seed of curiosity. That curiosity grows into something more. She starts wondering, she starts questioning, not just about you, but about herself. Did I say something wrong? Was he even interested in me to begin with? And most importantly, has he moved on? That's the moment when the game changes. Your absence is no longer just an empty space. It becomes a void that she feels. And emotions always follow perception. The more she perceives that you're slipping away, the stronger those emotions become. Here's what most men don't understand. Women are emotional creatures. They respond to uncertainty far more than they respond to predictability. When you disappear, you create a mystery. And mystery forces the mind to fill in the gaps. She starts replaying old conversations, wondering if she missed a sign. She starts checking your social media, seeing if you've been active. Every day that passes without a message from you increases the tension. Then something unexpected happens. She starts to miss you, even if she never intended to. She might not even admit it to herself. She might still put up a front, acting like she's unfazed. But inside, there's a growing desire to know where you went, why you haven't reached out, and what's changed. Because in her world, men chase, men pursue, men text first. But you did the one thing most men never do. You disappeared. That absence forces her to see you differently. You're no longer just another guy in her messages. You become something more. You become a challenge. And challenges are attractive. The longer the silence lasts, the stronger her emotions become. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction. You don't need to convince a woman to want you. You need to create the space for her to realize that she does. And that only happens when you're willing to walk away without fear, without hesitation, and without looking back. When you disappear for 30 days, a woman goes through a series of emotional shifts that she never expects. At first, everything seems normal. She doesn't think much of your silence. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you're giving her space. Maybe you're just playing hard to get. She assumes that sooner or later you'll reach out just like most men do. But as the days pass and your name doesn't pop up on her phone,